following program contains coarse language and mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. In other words, y'all gonna hear some shit on this one.
You're listening to 106.9 Twat FM, streaming to you from Rat House Productions over at rathouse.net. That's RATTHAUS.net. And it's time for the world according to Fear MDI.
And welcome to the world according to Fear and MDI, Twat FM 106.9. I love it. I got to get to work on a shirt for that.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Yeah, I got to do that. But I love, sorry, I'm Fear, in case this is the first time you're listening. It's funny because we've been doing it so long that I always forget. Because we used to do other shows and now this is a rebranding show, blah, blah, blah. Just in case, because there could be a lot of new people jumping on the train here. I'm Fear. It's a nickname I go by. This is my wife, MDI. And so this is the world according to us. So we sit down each week, starting now. Because up until now, we've taken the last 2 weeks off.
Summer got to us.
Jeez, summer got going at the end there.
It was busy at the end there. The last 2 weeks of August and the first week of September were fucking bananas. And then we took last week to just fucking decompress.
Oh, yeah.
And chill. Relax. I slept so much.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was the thing. It was just we kept being like, oh, we should do a show. We should do a show.
But when you have guests over, you don't want to be like, sorry, but can you just sit and watch a TV or something while we go podcast?
And part of the whole thing, right, is it's you got to live your life and you got to enjoy life.
Wait, when your sister was here, this whole room was beds, so
that's right. Yeah,
we
they took
couldn't
over our part
podcast anyway.
Yeah, so it's all good. Hopefully y'all are digging what's going on. Last episode we had Snerfin on, so he's trying to make arrangements to come back up and visit. So
yeah, when I've got new cooking ideas.
Well, I think he's saying probably around the end of the month, maybe.
Cool.
So we'll definitely have him back on, plus some other things that we're working on. The biggest thing, so in the last 2 weeks, I know because we haven't put out a show, it feels like we're not working, but we've been quite busy between having people over and...
I forgot to put my phone on silent.
I know. I've heard somewhere along the lines that means you owe everyone a beer, so...
Aw, man.
I know. But, sorry, I just want to make sure this is still going. Yeah, it is. Okay, good. I've been working a lot on my writing and a couple of different things. I finished like a horror short the other day.
It's really good too.
The first draft. Really good. Thanks. That's cool. Awesome. Thanks. But yeah, so
you've sent it to enough fucking people.
I sent it to a bunch of people
and let them read it.
Yeah,
that they all say it's good too.
That's right.
Sent it to everybody.
Hey, if you were cool, you got it. If you didn't, hey man.
I know, but you sent it to so many people. It's like, dude, you're gonna publish it, and people are gonna be like, yeah, I already read it.
Wow, so you got to make the movie. So anyway, I've got the first draft of that done. Plus, I'm going through a lot of my old lyric binders and books and just shit that poems. I've kept for years and years and years because back in the day, I was gonna be a rock star and I wrote a ton of lyrics and a lot of it's really just poetry that I wanted to put to angry music. But so we got talking about it, and MDI's like, no, you should put a book out, like actually sit down and write, and so I've gone through and I found a bunch of old poems. Sorry, that that I think are fitting, and so I'm kind of working on that now. And then like I said, I've got that short, and then I've come up with like 4 other ideas in the last couple of days that we're gonna get working on. And so even though it doesn't seem like we're putting out content right now, it's because we got a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we're working on. And it's pretty exciting, and I'm trying to decide what to do with it, because I do want to give a little bit more to anybody that wants to be involved with our Patreon and that sort of thing. And I think we might set up a Discord server, so people that get involved with that can kind of...
I'm going to have to learn Discord?
No, I don't think so.
It scares me.
I think that's going to be a me and Logic sort of situation. He's going to help run a lot of it, because he knows more about that. But that just seems to be the next thing that everybody's doing, is having Discord.
To all people in the future, if you want to contact me, do not go through Discord.
Yeah, exactly.
It scares me.
No, the best place to hit MDI up, I guess, would be your Instagram at this point.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Instagram.com/therealmdi. And that seems to be, it's funny you didn't like it, and I feel like you're on there more than most things now. So that's kind of cool.
Well, I like, well, it's not that I didn't like it. I don't like posting pictures of myself. And Instagram is all about pictures and selfies. And I don't like being like, oh, look at me, I'm cute. Because my whole life I was told that I wasn't.
You're not cute,
and that I shouldn't, be proud of who I am or what I look like or whatever. I was criticized my whole life. So it's very difficult for me to be like, ooh, look at me. Like, so I had a hard time with it the first couple months, but I think I'm getting a little bit better with
you're
it.
You're slowly kind of easing into it, and
I still feel really goofy taking selfies, and I usually take 15, 20 before I find one that I'm like, I guess I'll post that one.
I usually do a 5. I'll do a max 5, and if there's no winners in that 5, it's whatever the worst loser is.
Oh, wow.
Like, because I hate it too. If we didn't do this shit, I don't think I would have any of that. But it's like I see all these people doing all these things, and
see,
like,
but you always look so good.
Oh,
see, but you use a lot of filters and stuff too, which I don't. I decided actually, if you go to the very beginning of my Instagram, I did use a couple filters, and then I was like, you know what? I don't want to do that. I'm gonna be like the no filter girl. So, don't ask me why, because God knows I need filters.
Oh, shut up.
But I have not put filters on any of my pictures since pretty close to the beginning of when I started Instagram. So I never liked the way I look.
Yeah. Well,
but I'll take a picture and I'll be like, oh, my chin sticks out too much in that one. Or I'll take another one and, oh, my nose looks funny. Or my eyes are always fucked up because I just have small eyes that are not wide set in any way. And I also have my right eye gets squinty quite often. After having Bell's palsy, my right eye's never been the same. Yeah. So it's always kind of squinty and goofy. So my eyes look stupid in pictures. So that's the biggest thing. I'll take 600 fucking selfies just to find one that I don't have derp eyes.
Yeah.
But anyway.
No, and I don't use the filters anymore, but what I do is I use doo-doo. I use the you just go in normal and then I adjust the shadowing and all that stuff from there.
Yeah.
But early on I used to use all the different filters and shit. Now I like to enhance the photo just to make it look a little nicer, but I don't really use the stuff anymore, but and I don't know. I think I've just gotten used to it. At this point, I'm like, everyone knows what I look like, so it's not like, oh, he's not cute. They're not coming because I'm cute. They're coming because I'm funny. That's why I'm there. But because it's Instagram, I'll post a selfie or like pose with a joint or something like that. But yeah, for the most part, it's on mine lately. It's a lot of like movies and stuff like that because we've been watching a lot of TV shows and movies and stuff like that. And we just finished up Carnival Row with Shabadoo, and that's a pretty good one. That's on Amazon, and it's very like folklore, fairy tale, kind of. Yeah. What I'm trying to think what else.
Folklore, fairy tale. I don't know, like.
What do they call it?
Once upon a time type shit.
What it is totally lost me.
What it is.
No, but you know, with like Cthulhu and stuff like that, they call it something. I can't think of what the fuck they call it now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Fuck, whatever. I don't know. I can't believe the word is not there. But anyway, it's very much like that because there's a lot of different monsters and combinations and that sort of thing. And it's I don't know. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect going into it. And
No,
then,
me neither.
Because I think when it first came out, I thought it was legit about like a freak carnival or something because it was called Carnival Row. And then I remember seeing...
It is odd. I don't understand why it's called Carnival Row, really, because...
Is that because that's where the creatures are supposed to live?
maybe,
And
I
that's
guess.
the
I don't
carnival?
know.
Or
It kind of sucks, though. 'cause-
Lovecraftian.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Lovecraftian.
Oh, that's
what
what
it
your
is.
folklore... Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. No. I don't know if I've ever heard that term, but anyway.
Yes.
I'm a little concerned because we did really enjoy it, and God knows when it's coming back. They're like, it's supposed to come back, but because of COVID and all this other stuff, it's like, who knows?
Well, yeah, like I was reading the other day, because it's got the next season's supposed to be filmed in the winter, and it's supposed to be filmed in, what did they say it was?
Prague? or
Prague,
something?
yeah.
I think it was
And because Prague, the whole city of Prague was locked down for COVID, and now they're waiting for winter, so who knows? And like
Yeah, they have to shoot in winter, so it's fucking September, man. Like, oi.
So that's what's
Oi to the bay.
really tough about it, because and that's kind of what we did during COVID is we're like, okay, let's catch up on all the fucking
TV shows that
we were told to check out, but we never did or whatever. And
well,
now we're waiting.
in our previous living situation, there was always someone that was very poo-poo about everything lately.
Yeah.
So, or in distant past. But I don't know. Because we started watching the Netflix series The Boys.
The Boys. We have one
that is
episode we
Netflix,
got to
right?
watch. Nope.
No, I'm sorry. That's Amazon.
as well.
That's right. Sorry.
We watched a lot of Amazon stuff. The Boys, Upload.
That's right, because we have Amazon Prime, so that's right. We don't have Netflix anymore.
No.
I forgot. Oh, speaking of which, have you heard the fucking hullabaloo with
Whoa.
Netflix?
No, what have they done?
Mothers around the fucking
Oh, is this the
Cutie Pies fucking TV show? I think it's called Cutie Pies.
It's called Cuties, I think.
Or Cuties.
Yeah.
Cuties. It's fucking insane. It's like little 9 to 12-year-old girls fucking dancing like hoochie
Whores.
mamas and teaching each other how to twerk and like touching each other and like grooving with it. It's so weird. It's like burlesque type shit, but little girls like 8, 9, 10, maybe 11.
I've been seeing a lot of, like I said, I haven't seen anything, but
Because I'm
I
in
would
a
say in
couple
like
mom
the
groups.
last week, I've seen a lot of people on either their Instagram stories or Twitter that are like, you fucking get rid of
Canceled
Netflix.
Blah,
blah,
People
blah.
are fucking boycotting. Every mom group I'm in is like, boycott Netflix. If you have a Netflix subscription, you better fucking cancel. I'm like, I don't have one.
Yeah, no shit.
So
Like, that and
it's like, whoo. So like, oi, Netflix made a mistake.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up because
I would like to know who the fuck. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No.
But who in their right goddamn mind thought that would be a good idea? Like,
isn't it like
I gotta look it
it's
up.
like
I gotta look
Toddlers
up
and
the
Tiaras,
fucking
but like
producers
to the
and shit.
10th? I don't know. I don't know that it.
The
it
one
sounds so
I've
wrong.
only seen one clip and it was enough for me. Although maybe I'm an ignorant whore because maybe that's one scene in a movie that has nothing to do with the movie. Maybe it's a 2-minute clip.
Is it a movie? Is that what it is, or is it like a TV show? Or?
You know what? I'm not sure. I thought it was a movie.
I don't know.
Maybe it's a TV show.
I don't know if it's a series or what. Like I said, we don't have Netflix, but I was reading somebody had posted that they simulate sex with each other and a bunch of stuff, and like you said, they're fucking like 6 or 8 or something like that. Like it's just horribly disgusting.
The first thing I literally just Googled Cuties on Netflix, and the very first thing is how Cuties is fueling the far right's obsession with pedophilia.
Yeah, why is pedophilia so fucking huge all of a sudden?
Because the far right, the conservatives are all about fucking taking away women's rights, taking away fucking immigrants' rights, black people's rights, and fucking molesting kids. All they like, all they want, all the money in the world, no women's rights, no rights for anybody other than people like them, essentially. And let's just fucking screw around with little kids. Conservatives are so American conservatives are so fucked.
Yeah.
True, like right wing conservatives, nuts.
That's fucked. And yeah, like I'm sure there are conservatives that don't go down that whole thing. That's not who we're talking about. Please don't reach out with your bullshit. Number one, I don't care. Number two, I won't listen. But yeah, I mean, anybody that tries to justify pedophilia to me can just go fuck themselves with an iron stick, because that's disgusting and fucked up.
It's a French. It's a film stars a whole bunch of French people. Written and directed by French Seneglassi. Oh, I can't even try that name.
Oh, I don't care. Just tell me.
It's insane.
Skip over who. I don't give a fuck.
Her feature directorial debut.
And she thought this was the ticket? Apparently. I don't know. I can't remember. Something came on the other day and I fucking freaked out because I was like, this is the world we live in now, where just fucking we watch garbage all day long, and it just keeps getting worse. Like back in the day, like only certain people would watch Jerry Springer quietly and not tell other people that they watched it because it was just horrific. And now I would gladly watch an episode of Jerry Springer compared to most of the junk that's out there anymore.
Oh, yeah,
like, it's
absolutely.
just so bad. Oh, that fucking there's a new TV show, I Can See Your Voice, or something like that.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
I don't know. Fuck off. Here comes this person who looks like a street peasant. Will they have a great voice? I don't know. Stay tuned. Will this fat woman have a great voice? I don't know. We'll see if she gets judged harshly beforehand. Like, I don't understand what the fuck we're watching anymore. Just all of it can fucking go. Get rid of it. Ugh. Fuck. Go back to writing good shit. Fucking...
So apparently it's okay because the film's writer and director is a young black French woman. So she's allowed to be perverted and pedophilia-ish, I guess.
Nope. That's what I mean. Fuck this selective rules horseshit for everybody. Let's all abide by the same shit. And we can all agree that that's disgusting. Shame on you and shame on anybody that fucking watches it.
No kidding.
I'm sorry, I don't have time for that shit. I posted something the other day where it's just a guy and he's just like smashing the dude's face into a wall, and it says, if you try to talk to me about anything about pedophilia, this is what you get. Because yeah, I don't care. You can't sit back and tell me anything about that's gonna make me be like, oh, maybe it's okay.
Well, maybe. Yeah,
no, that's fucked up. And it's same with, like, it's funny because Shabs will talk about, because there's a bunch of fucking creepos that feel like pedophilia is their sexuality, and they should be involved in the LGBT.
Oh my god.
No, you people need to be shot in the fucking face. No, it doesn't matter. Anybody that, I'm sorry, man, if you think little kids are sexy or you have any sort of sexual urges towards them, I'm sorry, but there's something wrong with you.
That's a mental fucking illness.
And like, somebody needs to deal with that.
Yeah, like a seriously wrong and against the law. Like, that's the thing. You can try and say it's your sexuality, it's how you are, and that's just like being gay. Go ahead, fine. Doesn't matter. It's against the law. You can't get age majority consent from a person. Like, they're not age majority. There's so many laws that crisscross and intertwine together to make that not okay. You know, like, it's so fucked.
No, it is. It's a disconnect in the person's brain. Somewhere along the lines, some wires got crossed. Go get a lobotomy or whatever you got to do, or fucking shoot yourself in the face. But
that'd be preferable for me.
Yeah, like, don't. It's like there's so much. There's got to be so much wrong with that, because the ones that even act on it, to me, that means that they're not taking into consideration how that is going to cripple that child.
Yeah, affect that child.
That person, you are now
There's
taking
been studies after studies after studies after studies that have proven that children that are molested, children that are touched, children that are, mistreated in that way, they are forever damaged.
Yeah, that's not recoverable.
Exactly.
And so you're taking your sickness and passing it on to someone else.
No big deal. I'm over it.
That's essentially the way that I look at it. You're taking your sickness and passing it on to somebody else. Like you're not. It's not a
but in
physical.
a horrific way.
Yeah, but it's not like oh, that person's a pedophile. That's not the meaning that I'm saying. I'm saying you're broken, and now you're forever breaking somebody else based off of that. And that's a problem, and mental illness is a problem, and it's going to continue to be even more of a problem, because there's how many people out there that should be on medication that can't afford it, and just like, I don't know. I know we've gone on a really weird tangent.
This is a comedy show.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry. You brought up pedophilia, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Everybody eat a dick.
That's a hot topic right now.
We're going to murder all you motherfuckers.
Show.
Actually, so going back, it's not pedophilia, but this was something that we were talking about yesterday with Shabs. So there's an Overwatch player over in South Korea.
You want to talk about this now,
well,
too?
because this is in the news, and this is where it gets super weird. So anyway, so this kid is 20. The incident happened a year ago, so he would have been 19, he would have been 19, and his girlfriend would have been 17, I think.
18.
18?
Because age of majority is 19.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Because she was a year out.
Yeah.
And it started with a tweet.
And they're in Korea.
Yeah. It started with a tweet where she said that this guy molested her while she was sleeping a year ago, June.
In a roundabout way. The tweets kind of,
They're super weird because it's all translated from Korean.
Yeah. So you don't even know if it's a translation thing, or because I find it very odd. But anyway.
So, but the way it sounded is like this girl didn't go to the police. She didn't go to any. She fucking tweeted him.
Months after
which then
it happened.
So anyway, so they're ex-boyfriend and girlfriend now. They're both of legal age, but it happened when she was underage. So essentially what was described, because it was all, again, translated through Korean, was that it sounds like she went to sleep, he got naked, and then we can't figure out by the way she described it if he played with himself or he touched her. But
the way it sounds translated is he got naked and then started playing with himself.
Well, it just says
next to her.
You took your clothes off and touched it. So that could be touched his wiener, touched her.
To him jacking off?
Yeah, and then
that's
like
the big problem, or
so
like I don't want to victim shame this girl in any way, but it's just because it's been
but there's so many questions.
And, it's all very roundabout in Korea. Like I find even like the news articles that we could find, or it still just skates around things. It doesn't.
Yeah.
But like maybe that's because she's considered a minor, or she was considered a minor in that country when the thing happened. So details aren't exactly. Like maybe that's what I'm thinking.
And it could be.
I don't know.
Anyway.
But either way, this kid has completely lost everything because of this.
He's an esports gamer.
To prison in Korea for a year.
So he's been sentenced to a year because it was secondary endangerment, I think is what they call it over there. Something like that. So either way, the judge has given him 1 year in prison. I believe he's already been kicked out of his clan and all this stuff. And he was an esports player, like he played Overwatch
his career
and stuff.
Is over.
And as a 20-year-old who was potentially making a ton of money playing video games and whatever, this potentially has probably ended his career, and who knows what's going to happen.
Like, how does it exactly? Like, how does it work over there? Is he a
like
felon
a criminal
now?
And cannot do anything?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Like, I feel for the kid because he's a 19-year-old, 20-year-old kid. It sounds like he either touched his girlfriend while she was sleeping, or touched himself while looking at her while she was sleeping, and that means he loses his his career and has to go to prison for a year, and then what? Is he a felon for the rest of his life in Korea and can't get a real job, can't get into the US or into Canada if he wants? Yeah, like can't migrate anywhere else. Like I just the whole situation sucks. Like, don't get me wrong, I feel for the girl in this situation as well because she was harmed. Yeah, but
well, and that's the thing, and I'm not bringing it up again to victim shame or anything. This is just something that's big in the news, and if you understand more or have a better understanding of what's going on, definitely reach out and let us know, because everything we found was kind of roundabout, and maybe MDI is right. It's because she was a minor at the time, and they can't actually discuss any of this stuff.
Details,
but it kind of
stuff.
Well, because it kind of sounded like it came to light. He talked with his manager, his game people, all that stuff, and they just kind of were like, well, it sounds like it was a misunderstanding.
Yeah, it sounds like it was no big deal. Okay, and they then kind of brushed it off.
Yeah, and then I guess she must have just pushed harder, and then it went to court, and then now he is where he is. And and I don't know, man. He said he was okay with the 1 year. He's probably like, well, they're not going to kill me, so that's awesome. I'll just do the 1 year or whatever. And
he is a small, geeky looking dude, though.
Yeah, he's not a predator
for him in prison, but anyway.
Well, and that's the stuff you get worried about, because what can happen is people that go in for non-violent crimes, something happens while they're in there, they commit a violent crime, whether it's to save themselves or whatnot, and then all of a sudden you have life in prison because you're dealing with that sort of stuff. And I know that doesn't happen quite as often as it sounds, but I have heard that does happen and changes people forever. But I don't know. So that's just a lot of unfortunately, 2020 has been a hell of a year. So it's not like there's a lot of really good things to talk about. One good thing to talk about, though, NFL's back, baby.
Oh, and it was such a good game.
That's right.
This past Sunday.
So the Green Bay Packers is our team. If it's not your team,
if you don't know that by now, no kidding.
Yeah, but you got to remember, this is a new show.
I know. We are very, 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 very much Green Bay fans. However, we do not judge or criticize or ridicule anyone for being fans of any other team.
Well, yeah, we may
simply just go, oh.
Ew, what? Gross. You're a Bears fan?
Exactly. Ugh. I had a friend of mine yesterday tell me she roots for the Ravens, and primarily because she was told by her group of friends, I think, that I don't know. She was told she had to pick a team to root for, and it couldn't be a team that any of her other close friends rooted for. So she went with the Ravens. And I was like, oh, sorry to hear that. But I find that very funny. I kind of want to ask her more, what are you, is this for a football
for funsies or
yeah, why
did she pick the team? She fell in love with the team. Is that a thing?
What is the story
that
here?
Is interesting. But yeah, because as much as we are diehard fans and we love it or whatever, at the end of the day, it's a sport and people get really butthurt
and we love
over
it. Yeah, it's a great sport. We love it, and we're all about the the competitive good, clean, competitive sport, none.
No, and it was a great game. So we opened up in Minnesota up against the Vikings.
Minnesota.
And it was good. Our defense looked a little iffy at times.
Oh, it was a little thin at times. Oof. Yep, a little thin.
But then they get a safety, and then the same dude gets a pick.
Yeah.
And I can't think of his name. I want to say Alexander, but I don't think that's the right guy.
No, it was the guy with two names, Chavez something.
No, it wasn't him.
Yes, it
Valdez
was.
Scantling? I don't think so, because he's on offense.
Oh, that's right. He's the guy that. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Wrong guy. Oh,
well, here's part of the problem is there's been a lot of changes.
Well, yeah, and because there was no televised preseason games this year.
Yeah, we
don't know the new guys yet. This was our first look at our team for this year, really. Yeah. Other than I've scrolled through pictures and stuff on Instagram, but they don't show their face and then show their name on the back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not like I can figure out who is who while I'm scrolling through pictures and ooh, look at they're practicing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's why we're oh, who is it? I can't remember because it was a new guy, someone that we don't know from last year.
Yeah, but there was a lot of really great takeaways, especially on offense that we haven't seen in a while. Our run game was really good.
Was very good. Yes.
Aaron was throwing to many different people. Yeah. It wasn't always just going to Adams, but when it did, Adams always came down with it.
Well, very well.
Fucking Devontae Adams, so good.
Yeah.
But he was hitting tons of different people. He looked good. A lot of great passes, and I feel like him and LaFleur are finally on the same page.
I
and
think
things
so.
Are
I
kinda
feel
working.
like they're communicating better. I don't know. I just get that vibe. And like I said, I see a lot of Instagram posts, and there's a lot of happy smiles. And
I feel like
photos.
A big thing with Aaron was that the whole reason him and McCarthy didn't work is because he didn't always utilize Aaron. Aaron is one of the most cerebral and technical quarterbacks in there. He can read the defense like crazy. So this year, LaFleur has him not calling plays in the huddle, waiting until he sees the lineup, deciding what they're going to come with, and then picking it right at the end. And
he adds like one word. Word, like a 2-syllable word.
Syllable, yeah.
Yeah, or a 1-syllable word that's like
they know exactly what they're doing,
and then they know what they're doing, like,
and then they switch it up, and then that's what they go with. And I thought the offense looked fantastic. It ended up, what was it, like 43-34, and
yes, because it was exactly opposite.
I think it was only the first. Was it the first I think it was just the first quarter that we weren't looking great. Yeah,
we kind of struggled in the first quarter to get going. But we're like that a lot. Excuse me. Green Bay's like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They're a slow to start team. A lot. Like, not always, but sometimes they're just kind of, let's get going.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
All right, let's go. Let's play some football.
But yeah, so it was a great day yesterday because we had the Packers play. They got the win. Also, the Blue Jays are still playing, and they're fighting really hard.
Still playing well.
Yeah, they're fighting really hard to get into the postseason. They have today off, which is awesome. This is the last day they get off until the end of the season.
Awesome for them, but I'm like, fuck.
I know, yeah, and it's going to be over shortly, like 3 more weeks, I think, and then it's postseason, and most of that we're playing the Yankees. So the next couple weeks we're just playing the Yankees. Well, yeah, I think we play 3 there, and then I think there's another team that we play, and then 4 at the Yankees, and then I think we end at the Rays, or maybe we end at the Yankees. I'm not sure, but like half of the last of our season is New York, so that'll be interesting. But they're fighting really hard. So far, they look great. The numbers are looking good. It sounds like we're going to make it into the postseason, which would be fantastic. And I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I've been really enjoying the baseball season this year, even though it's super weird with there not being anybody in the stands and they're piping it in. And it was
weird at first.
It was weird with football
normal.
too, but I almost felt
it's like the new norm.
Yeah, you kind of figure it out a little bit better. With football, a lot of it's tight shots, right? So you don't even see the crowd.
Yeah,
so
you don't see the crowd a lot when they get touchdowns and stuff, because they'll dance around and
like once we go home to Lambeau, are they going to do Lambeau leaps into cardboard people? Like, that's the part that I'm curious what the hell they're going to do there. Or is this going to be the one year that we don't do Lambeau leaps because there's nobody there? I don't know. That's interesting. That just popped into my head.
I don't know either, babe. That is interesting.
But yeah, man, let us know kind of who you root for. Like, I know we bust the Champ's balls because he's a Cowboys fan. And your sister's a fucking Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Yeah,
that's tough.
I'm like, why?
But so it's fun because we bust each other's balls and it's fun. So yeah, if you got a team, reach out and let's talk football. We're trying to have my buddy Roe on from World of Roe, and timing's just not working out. He's working his ass off. So hopefully we can get together because he's a big Packers fan too. And
which makes us love him even more.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was nice because we were chatting through the whole game, voice chatting back and forth with each other. And that's really fun. So I'm hoping that continues on this season. And Ro, if you're listening, man, let's go.
Well, if
go
you
Pack,
do it,
go.
he'll do it.
Totally. So I'm definitely
As long as he's watching.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I don't know how much he'll get to watch with how much he's working lately, but yeah, I don't know. Hopefully that's something we can look forward to, and it looks like it's going to be a good season. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I hope so. There was the post on their Instagram. I want to say it was on Friday or Saturday, and they were all wearing shirts that said that North isn't enough because last year we won our division, the North.
Yeah.
But then we got beat out after
to
that.
get further, yeah.
So they're kind of calling for Super Bowl season. So we'll see.
I love it, man. We gotta find out how to get our hands on those shirts, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. That's exciting. I'm just trying to think kind of what else. That's all the big stuff that's kind of been in the news and whatnot. We usually touch upon that shit. Mm-hmm. And then I'm just trying to think if there's been anything else that we've had going on lately.
I don't know. I feel like I smell.
Wow, that is... Okay, just put that out there.
Well, see, I was making stew for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
So I have that, like, cabbagey, like, smelly stew soup
prep
smell.
Cook, sort of.
And then that cannabis smell on there, too. I don't know. I feel like I'm smelly.
All right. Well, after the show, I guess we'll bathe you. I don't know.
I'm not smelly, but my clothes are.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
My clothes have that. My shirt has kept that smell of the kitchen, the stew. It's like, it's kind of nice, but at the same time, it's kind of not.
I feel that. I feel that, you weirdo. But like you said, you're making stew because I'm glad we took the last couple of weeks off.
Because it's your favorite time of year.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. I'm glad we took the last couple of weeks off because clearly that was the last of summer.
That was the last of summer.
We are into single digits here already.
Yeah.
And like we're downstairs in the parlor and it is pretty frigid. Like it's not unbearable, but it's
about turning the heat on soon.
It might have to happen because this is a little ridiculous. We're in our house wearing hoodies. That's probably not a good sign. But like all Canadians, we try to wait as absolutely long as possible before we turn the heat on.
Oh, well, because when you turn the heat on, it makes it winter.
Yeah. It's like superstitiously, it's just going to snow the next day.
Yeah.
But... and it is interesting, though, because it's September and it feels like fall. It's so fall right now.
Smells like fall.
It smells like fall. We went to the dog park today. And once you get like near the back, there's like a wood lot and you just has that sort of
just smell
of autumn. And the leaves are all changing and it's just gorgeous. But I feel like it's too early. Like it feels like October already.
I wanted it to be a little bit, what do they call it when you get a little bit of warmth in fall? They call it like a...
Isn't that Indian summer?
Indian summer,
or is
that's
that
right.
racist now?
I don't know. Is that wrong?
I don't know.
Can we say that? I don't know.
I don't know, guys.
But I was hoping September would be a little bit, warmer.
Yeah, I thought we'd get a little bit of heat.
Stay within 17, 22. That would be wonderful.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we're down to... You get up in the morning and you can see your breath. So outside, when you take the dogs outside.
Yeah, not in the house.
But given that it's fall and that it's your favorite time of year, we've started decorating already. We've got some fall decorations up. Put away all my butterflies and all my summer type stuff.
Yeah.
And got us all decorated. It looks really good. I really like it and I enjoy it. But also something I was thinking of the other day, because it is getting to be that Halloween season, I may unfollow or mute some of you, if you will, on Facebook, Instagram, because you post scary shit.
Yeah, that's
And
fair.
I am a huge wuss. I see something and I'm like, ah! It just, I don't like it. I don't want to see the scary stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you notice that I'm not liking any of your Halloween stuff, your freaky shit with all your blood and gore and scary fucking creatures, it's because I don't like that stuff.
Yeah. Yep. It's fine, guys. Don't worry. She's unfollowing me for the next 2 months.
I might have to unfollow you.
Yeah.
I might
Well,
have
and
to.
that's what's made, because that's what I wanted. I wanted like that Indian summer, like that late sort of kind of low heat sort of situation. But we've dove right into October weather. So
Yeah, it feels like we like the first 6 days of September, we had that Indian summer type thing.
Yeah,
And
and it
was
went
like,
away
"Fuck
real
you."
fucking quick. And so because it's like that time of year, all I want to do is like watch Halloween stuff or watch scary movies. And I mean, I watch scary movies 365 anyway, but it's like this is the time of year. But it's like it's almost too early. Like I've already watched Hocus Pocus. We've already watched like some like of our like we will watch them again. But it's like I don't know. I part of me is worried to like burn out from the love of it.
And that's why I don't like to decorate for Christmas and stuff too early, because I feel like by the time you actually get to December 25th, you're like, for fuck's sakes, is
you're
it
kind of
over yet? That's how I feel. So yeah,
No, that makes sense. I feel that.
that's why I like it to be like a good 10 days of, festivities, and then that's it.
Well,
Decorate the
and
tree on like the 10th of December, 12th, somewhere in there.
crazy girl.
Take it down on the 1st or 2nd.
Well, we usually do take it down on the 1st or 2nd, but
You do. You're
yeah,
a nutball.
no, it's done.
You got to get rid of it.
It's gotta go.
It's got to go.
But I'm totally
You'd like
gung-ho.
it up. You'd like it to be up on fucking November 20th.
Yeah.
But,
No, January, it's done.
31st, or December 31st, rather, you're like, out.
No, it's gone.
Last year, you didn't even make it till New Year's. You took it down before New Year's.
Yeah, it's got to go. It's done. We're wrapping it up. Like you said, it's because we do put it up early, and there's a lot of shows that we watch and we enjoy it, and it's all great. And then it's like, okay, it's done. I just want it to be done. We move on to the next thing. But yeah, it doesn't help that they had fucking some shops had Halloween stuff in July, and then Christmas stuff in August. And it's like, and that to me is part of the burnout. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't know why they put that shit out that early.
I don't know either.
Like, you could get fucking like boxes of candy bars or whatever at Shoppers in fucking July
At the end of July.
for
Halloween.
but the best before date is before Halloween. So like, really, who are you kidding?
Yeah, you're just buying that to fucking pork out on in the next 3 weeks, man.
But I don't know. And that, I don't know, that stuff's just bothers me. So I try not to pay too much attention to it. And like September came in, this cold weather came in. So now everywhere I go, I look at the Halloween stuff. There's a Halloween alley that we went and checked out, me and the kids. And that was really cool. And not only did they have a lot of stuff, but like I told MDI is allergic to latex, so she can't really go
Like,
into
really bad.
Yeah, so she can't really go into Halloween stores because a lot of it is Halloween is latex
decorations are latex.
masks and stuff. And the last time we went into it, she had to leave the store because it was getting to be too much and she couldn't breathe. So me and the kids went this year to go check it out. And I actually think, what are you doing over there? Is it chronic or COVID?
It's definitely chronic.
Okay, good. smoke them if you got them, guys. 420 friendly over here. But yeah, so we went. I think you could actually go. It didn't smell like latex, and they had a lot of really cool shit that wasn't just like masks and bullshit. Like they had a lot of little trinkets. They had a lot of big like animatronic stuff, which was really cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then just they had tons of masks and different things like that.
Yeah,
but,
they're really taking latex out of a lot of stuff now.
Yeah, because they're figuring out what else they can do, and silicone's a really usable material. But yeah, and I felt like some stuff was outrageously priced, but I felt like for the most part there was a lot of stuff that really was decently priced. Like we went and we bought a bunch of little things and walked away.
Little sets of earrings that you got for us were really cute.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like Datch got some socks for like $3, like and stuff like that.
Jack-o'-lantern socks.
Yeah.
It's funny because she's 14 and a half. Well, she's almost 15 actually. It's September. Her birthday's in November. But she's such an adult and I'm so mature. And then you take her to the Halloween store and she goes all gaga over little witchy hats, earrings, and jack-o'-lantern socks. And it's like, there's that little girl.
Exactly.
She's in there.
So yeah, we had a lot of fun with that, but that's the predicament I find myself in right now is I don't want to blow, because you can watch slasher movies all year. That's not a thing, but I'm trying not to watch like too much Halloween stuff.
Yeah.
Before October. I'd much rather flood October with Halloween stuff, but it's in the air right now. And then you decorated
I know, like I want to go to a pumpkin patch right fucking now, man, but there aren't any ready yet.
So, and that's another thing. I would love to grow pumpkins. I think that's one thing that I would love to grow.
Oh, I know, I would love to as well.
But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at with that sort of stuff. Are you guys already getting ready for Halloween? How do you feel about the fact that it's going to be on a Saturday, which would be dope, but it's pretty much going to be canceled due to COVID?
I don't know.
I don't know. It might be okay. We'll see though.
Our area, in our little hamlet that we live in, there's a lot of the moms and stuff are saying, "Fuck it. If you want to participate. Put your light on. Put your jack-o'-lantern out. Whatever.
Yeah.
If not, then don't."
Yeah. And that's how I feel, man. It's your choice. Like,
yeah. And people that are participating, just try and be as clean as you can. Like, wash your hands regularly when you're handing out candy. Or sanitize your hands regularly when you're handing out candy.
Yeah, and just try to be as careful as you can. And
sanitize your doorbell or whatever. If kids are ringing doorbells, like, sanitize your doorbell regularly. You know, but people wear masks and costumes and gloves and everything for Halloween. So it's one of the safest holidays, I would think, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And even though it's like evil and whatever, and they try to villainize it with bullshit stories about kids with razors and all that bullshit, at the end of the day, no, it's probably one of the most protective holidays we have. And it sucks because I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, because there's a part of me that kind of wants to sort of do like a haunted laneway sort of thing, and then kind of do something in our garage.
Yeah.
But I don't, if it's going to be such a poor turnout, I don't want to spend all that time and money and shit on it to do it this year, where
I would
hopefully by this time next year, maybe we have vaccines and life's a little bit better. But I don't know.
This year, just
kind of keep it chill.
An entire year planning next year.
Well, that's what I'd love to do. I think it'd be great.
It would be a really nice long laneway.
Exactly. And we could do a lot of kind of freaky deaky things and scare the kiddies and everybody. And I think the werewolf is going to make an appearance as long as everything goes as is. Because even if because I'm sure, unless they ban it or whatever, we'll definitely be handing out candy. I don't think they will. No, I don't think they will either. But I'm going to be probably running around scaring people anyway, so we'll see.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think the only other thing that we had left to talk about was what transpired the other day. We we were having some fun. And, you know how married people do.
Married people do stuff.
You get together. So what's up, girl? What you doing?
Things start moving and shaking and rocking.
Next thing you know, you're taking her down to Pound Town, and you break the fucking bed. So.
Literally just fucking breaks underneath of us.
So yeah, guys. So we were making whoopee. And fucking sure enough, yeah, man. Like mid-stride. Eyeballs deep it. And put her through the bed, son. So I'm just saying. I know in the last episode, Snerfin asked, how's your chopstick game? I'm asking, how's your dick game, son? Have you put a bitch through a bed? Because I have. But so.
God.
So, because there's a lot to unpack here. So, number one, I want to know if anybody's listening has broken a bed during sex, because I think that's funny. Second, so, like I said, I go in, the bed goes through, and then next thing you know, my shoulder's jacked, my neck's jacked, because all of a sudden you're just going through a bed. And I'm trying.
Yourself funny. I think.
Well, I was trying to hold on to because you panic, so I'm trying to hold on to you because in that split second, your brain doesn't understand what's going
happening.
on.
Yeah.
So then next thing you know,
gravity is taking over.
So then, and then I get a fucking leg cramp.
Mm-hmm.
So, which again, I want to know if other people get this fucking cramp down my hammy.
I know. People, I've heard. My girlfriend's
told
me.
It's
very common.
It's the worst. It's the worst. I can't believe it. So I break the bed. I get a leg cramp. I get up. I'm trying to work the leg cramp out. My fucking shoulder's killing me.
Your neck hurts. I was just laughing.
Oh, yeah.
Once I figured out what exactly had happened, I just couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah. So then, this is I'm sort of ashamed of this one, guys. I'm sorry. I couldn't continue after I had injured myself.
Yeah.
I was unable to continue. The plan was to continue. It just couldn't happen. I was injured. I was put on the IL. And we had to take a break. So,
and you had to fix the bed.
Then I had to fix the bed. So what had went from a nice afternoon delight session went to become a fucking DIY project where I had to figure out how to fix the bed. And so then me and my boy Logic, we have a bunch of wood in our garage, which was left here, which is the weirdest stuff.
The garage was just full of shit.
There's a couple of tools and a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, there's a whole huge drawer of fucking just random metal.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he had a forge
metal.
or something.
I'm pretty sure he forged.
And so anyway, so we measure it down. We cut the wood, which is funny because like we cut the wood with a saw that was here. That was one of the things that were left behind. I don't own a saw, but I've used this saw several times. Here. Yeah, man, like it's unreal because I've used it so many times already. So built the part. I went to Home Depot to get some shit.
Some brackets
and stuff. I'm actually really proud of it.
Yeah, because like for all of those, thinking, well, of course you're a couple of fat asses. Of course you broke your bed. This is a bed that we got. Is it Jisk or IKEA? It's one of the two.
One of those.
It's one of the two cheapy places.
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's when we first moved to Alberta. So it's 10 years old. It's a cheap $200 fucking queen bed frame from either Jisk or IKEA. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But a cheap, shitty one. So it didn't just break because we're fat asses. It was 10 fucking years old.
Oh, yeah. 10 years of fat asses fucking on it, I think. That's what I think did it in.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
But yeah, I mean, if you ain't breaking beds, you're not doing it right. But yeah, so it went from a nice sex session to a DIY project with my son, which turned out really good. Other than some of the, so I'm trying to teach him things. It's funny because I never had a male role model, so I never had a lot of people that taught me things like men shit, you know.
Yeah.
Like I have my grandfather who he's still up here. He watches over this desk when I write and whatnot.
Yeah.
He taught me a lot of shit.
But he taught you just by yelling out random things.
Yeah. So anyway, when we're doing it and we're putting the brackets together, my screws were a little too long, maybe a lot too long. But it was the shortest ones I had, and I didn't think it'd be too big of a problem. So I was holding the one side that I'd already screwed in, so there was a couple of screw heads poking out, and I was getting him to drill to pre-drill the holes for the next set of screws, and I didn't know to tell him not to put the drill up against my hand, which everybody should know, but I mean, he's 12, he's never used a drill before, so he's using this, and all of a sudden my fucking finger's burning because he's got the drill up against my finger. So my auto reaction is to pull it away from the fucking burning, and I jam my hand onto the heads or the screws that were there, and I fucking ripped up my hand like a jackass, and then he, of course, felt terrible, and I just tried to shrug it off, and I'm like, no, it's okay, you're doing fine. And then I look down and there's just blood all over my hand, and I'm like, oh, bleeding a little bit more than I thought so, buddy, so just, it's okay. And I was like, so just pull it out, and I'm gonna go get some dressing just to put on this so we can stop the bleeding and we can finish what we're doing. And I didn't know he didn't know how to pull the bit out, so he just pulled and broke the bit inside, and I was like, fuck, I'm failing you right now as an instructor, because I'm assuming you know things, and this is
and he's never used a drill before.
And so then I went upstairs, I washed my wounds, I covered him up, I came down, and he was head and hands, very upset, near tears, and I just felt so fucking bad. So I just talked to him, and I'm like, look, man, none of that's on you, all of that's on me,
not a big deal.
I was like, don't worry about it.
Drill heads get broken all the goddamn time.
That's what I said. I was like, fuck, that happens all the time. Don't worry about it.
It's not even, they're like $3
I can go buy them.
them.
It's not a big deal. And I was like, don't worry about that. And I was like, I cut myself all the time.
Your hand will heal. It's only, it'll hurt for a couple days.
Yeah, it's like, it's things.
It's almost better already.
It's almost good. So I'm like, don't worry about it. And eventually he kind of came out of it or whatever. So it turned into like a really cool teaching moment, because then I was like, I like legit like told him everything, every step as we went, and I think he really digs that, because we've done it a couple of times now, and it feels really good for me to like actually have one of those dad moments that I never got to have. You
exactly.
know? So that's kind of interesting, and so I lost out on some sex, but I got a really valuable lesson time with my son, so that was pretty cool. And
there will always be more sex.
Oh yeah, and the bed's fucking top notch now. Like,
it's ready to go. As a fucking ox.
So we'll break her in. But it's funny. It's funny because you ended up telling one of your girlfriends about it, and her man was like, "Well, we better step up our
game. We've never broken a bed."
Yeah. So, but because that has happened, and that's why I want to know, like, reach out on social media, let us know, have you ever broken a bed during sex? Have you ever injured yourself? Because like I pulled my shoulder pretty bad, and it's getting better, but like it was just such like I don't know how to describe the feeling of all of a sudden
you're falling, the
body drops out, and like the bottom drops out, you're just like falling and shit. But I don't know, it's funny little things that happen to couples, and
I took pictures too. You can add them to the post.
Sure I'll tweet them out later. But yeah, it's I don't know, it's funny, and that's the kind of stuff that I think is fun to talk about, because like we're not shy. We'll talk about whatever. And then I feel like a lot of people.
It's funny because we've been together for so long. We've been together for 20 years, but we still have new and different things that happen to us.
Oh yeah,
make us feel like a little like young.
Well, it was almost like young again. Like you're just like, oh, that was weird.
We just broke a bed. Oh, seriously, did that happen?
Yeah.
So yeah, it kind of made us feel like we were a little bit young, a little bit crazy.
Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, so that's kind of been our week. We've got a couple of guests lined up coming up. We've got Scotty Shoes we're hoping to have on the show later this week.
Yep.
Who we haven't had on since Fifth Cast back in the day. So it'd be good to catch up with him and see what he's up to. Yeah. And I'm sure he'll have some
crazy antics for us.
Crazy things to talk about. We've got another guy from Calgary. He is, his net handle is the Disabled Stoner. We're trying to set up some stuff now, but he is, like you said, he's a stoner. But I can't off the top of my head remember what he's got going on exactly, so I'm not gonna.
Oh, like his medical diagnosis.
Like I can't remember.
Yeah, he's disabled.
He's nonverbal.
He's nonverbal, and he's in a chair.
Yeah.
But he can walk with a walker. I think
that's what he said. So.
So he can walk with assistance of a walker, and he uses a device where he types in what he wants to say, kind of thing.
So we're trying to work out all the details with that, because the show
I found him on Instagram and I was like, this guy's awesome.
Yeah. Well, it's too bad that we didn't really discover him until after we left the area, because we could have just kind of hung out.
Exactly, we could have actually hung out with him.
Yeah, so we're trying to work out all the details to that, because
and then we're supposed to have Ro on still too.
Yeah, we're trying to do that, and so yeah, so we're getting back.
We're busy.
We're back in the swing, guys. Don't worry, you'll start getting shows regularly, and I'm starting to line up some folks for Horror in the Pit. That's kind of taking a back burner right now, just because I want to get Twat FM going, and I've got a lot of the writing that I'm going to work on, and potentially I might, because we've got another thing that I'm talking about doing. I don't want to give too much away.
Don't give anything away.
I'm not going to give anything away, but
you tell everybody your ideas.
Yeah, because I'm so awesome. I'm a muse for many people, and
yeah. What do you get for it? Nothing.
I feel the love. But anyway,
love doesn't pay the bills, baby.
I will beat you, woman. But yeah, so we got a lot on the go. You're going to start getting a lot more shows. Definitely go over to our YouTube channel and subscribe if you haven't yet, because we're going to start putting some more stuff up. I've got an idea for kind of a little thing. It might end up being more along the lines of Patreon related. So if you aren't part of the Patreon yet, jump on over. Even if you're giving $1, you'll get a bunch of extra shit. And it's mostly just to help us out and kind of keep the shows going and allow us to do bigger and better things. And
if you go on our Patreon and you don't see something that you would like, for example, for $1, if you want something else, if you want a one-on-one interview once a month or something silly, like whatever, be like, hey, for $1, I want this, and we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what we're able to do. Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff on the go. So check us out over at rathouse.net, patreon.com/Fear MDI. And yeah, the podcast is on all podcatchers and our YouTube channel. But Patreon's going to end up getting a lot of extra shit, I think. So definitely start thinking about that. Jumping over there, you're going to start seeing some posts that are going to come up through our social medias that you won't be able to have access to unless you are on one of those levels. So you're going to want to get involved there. Because, yeah, a lot of the extra things that I'm working on now, I'm probably going to end up showcasing some stuff over there. And, yeah, that's the only way you're going to see them. But that's been our week. And yeah, MDI, thanks for coming on. You want to let everybody know where they can check you out?
Instagram at The Real MDI.
Awesome. And you do have Twitter, but you don't use Twitter.
I don't use it a lot. If I get notifications, I check them, but I don't usually get notifications.
No, it's best to hit her up on Instagram. As well, everything I do is at Fear Innis, and I'm on Instagram and all that shit too. And so yeah, check it out, man. I hope you dig it. I hope you get involved and subscribe and all that good stuff. Thanks to Matt over at Rat House for taking care of us.
Thanks, man.
And yeah, man. Until next time, run along, kiddies.